Good evening. This is Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting. Almost every possible day, almost, I am getting a phone call or many phone calls on my phone number. And you know what people are asking me? People are saying we need SBLC. By SBLC, I mean Stand-by Letter of Credit. This is called SBLC, Stand-by Letter of Credit. In some cases, people go fancy and they say we need a DPLC. DPLC means Direct Pay Letter of Credit. Basically, DPLC is one of the finest way of not having LC, letter of credit. Most of the time, people go with letter of credit because they do not know what is standby letter of credit and what is direct pay letter of credit. And I made many videos on YouTube where I always said that it is always advisable to go with DPLC, which is direct pay letter of credit, then going with LC. But anyways, it is the ultimate opinion or the ultimate jurisdiction lie on a person who is known as the importer of the product. So it's not my jurisdiction. When people call me or people write a message to me on the WhatsApp, they believe that SBLC is in my drawer. I open my drawer and take out SBLC, take a scan of that, and I'll hand over to them. This is what most of the time people are believing. And guys, you won't trust that whenever I ask any question from them, whenever I ask any technical question from them, basically from the background they are coming, most of the time people call me, I have a mandate. This mandate is one of the most fraudulent term I ever been to in my life as far as the PPP is concerned. Because if we strictly go with the Indian laws, then mandate is only possible under Indian Contract Act 1872. Except Indian Contract Act 1872, this mandate is not possible. And by the way, under section 129, Indian Contract Act 1872 is the beginning of the mandate. So you have to have a legal document in place before you claim that you are having a mandate. Anyways, 99.99% of the times, better 100% of the times, people do not understand that what is mandate and what is Indian Contract Act 1872. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one thing, SBLC or DPLC, it is a financial instrument, which is, by the way, tradable in nature. Now, when I am using a word tradable, I mean to say that completely depends on the text which is written in the SBLC, that completely depend on the covenant which is put by that issuer bank in the SBLC, and that completely depend on an agreement between the issuer and the borrower. So tradability clause is completely dependent upon these three things. Those who are messaging me and asking that they need a SBLC, assuming that SBLC is lying in my drawer, they need to learn that SBLC issuance is dependent on the strength of the balance sheet of the borrower. The borrower balance sheet is one of the first and basic premise to decide whether SBLC can be issued or not. If we are not been able to fulfill that promise and expecting that anyone will reply you that SBLC is fairly possible, then he is a fraudulent person. Because it is a common sense. If you're going to a bank and you're asking the bank, you please give me a credit card of 20 lakh rupees, assuming before giving you a credit card of 20 lakh, bank would be checking your income tax return, bank would be checking your balance sheet, the bank would be checking your financial statement, they might be putting some collateral before giving you that credit card. There are n number of formalities the bank need to went through. But if you're expecting, you're entering the branch of the bank and you're asking, you give me a credit card of 20 lakhs and bank will give you, then either the bank is fraud or the manager who is giving without fulfilling the due compliances, he is not following the law. Ladies and gentlemen, we really need to understand one thing substantively, which is the strength of the balance sheet. Now, by balance sheet strength, I do not mean that you simply attach the balance sheet on my WhatsApp. There is a technical document which is very well available, which is widely used in the banking domain to assess the strength of the balance sheet, and the name of that document, which is widely available and used, is CMA. By CMA, I means continuous monitoring activity. Because SBLC or DPLC, it is nothing but a credit line. In a simplistic term, although I myself made a video a difference between credit line and line of credit. But here I am keeping this concept in a little lighter sense. SBLC or DPLC is nothing but a credit line. Before a bank give you a credit line, they need a document, and that document is called CMA, Continuous Monitoring Activity. So even if today you will give me a balance sheet of any customer of last 5 years, assuming, and you hope that I will scrutinize this is fairly impossible, because the way I can scrutinize it is known as CMA. And this is what we need to learn. Ladies and gentlemen, PPP is legal. Financial instrument is legal. But you need to go with the law and by the law.